Today we'll talk about using the greatest common factor and then factoring. So before we were just doing either magic x or just doing the GCF. But now you can make your polynomials a little simpler by factoring out a number first and then doing magic x. So let's look at our first example. So we have 6x squared plus 2x minus 4. Ask yourself, what's the GCF of all three of those terms? What's the greatest common factor of those? And it looks like we could pull a 2 out of all those. So I'm going to pull a 2 out. So I get 2, and then I get 3x squared plus x minus 2. Because I asked myself, 2 times what gives me this? 3. 2 times what gives me this? 2. And 2 times what gives me this? Negative 2. Now I take this and I put it in my magic x. So I'm going to do negative 6 and positive 1. So I would get a 3 and a negative 2. And I still leave my 2 on the outside, but now I'm going to do all the rest of my work. So I go 3x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 2. And then I do my covering up. And so I'm going to leave him on the outside. And I'm going to pull out of this one and this one a 3x. So I get x plus 1. And then I can pull out that x plus 1 over here. And I'm going to get a negative 2. So my factored form is going to be 2 parentheses x plus 1 parentheses 3x minus 2. So I started with my GCF, then I factored 1 out. So now let's look at another example. So my greatest common factor here would be 5. So I pull a 5 out, and I'll get 4x squared plus x minus 3. Now I'll do my magic x. So I get negative 12 and 1. So that should be 3 and 4, and the 3 would be negative. So I leave my 5 out, and I do 4x squared minus 3x plus 4x minus 3. Now I do my cover-up method. So I'm just going to be looking at this one and this one. I can only factor out an x there. So I'll get 4x minus 3. And over here I put my 4x minus 3, so I'd get a plus 1. And so my factored form is going to be 5 parentheses 4x minus 3 and x plus 1. So that's the simplest form of doing those. We may look at some more complicated ones as we move along. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.